So have you ever thought, I know exactly why I emotionally eat, and you still do it? I know it's stress, it's loneliness, I know it's overwhelm. Why am I still doing it? If you've ever felt frustrated that awareness hasn't created change for you, then this video is for you. So a lot of my clients come to me and they say, I've been in therapy. I know why I emotionally eat. I remember the time when I was a child. I know my patterns. I've gone to therapy for many years. But there are nuances that are missing and bigger pieces that are missing as well. And that's what I see. It leaves a lot of my clients confused because they kind of know why. Oh, I already know why I emotionally eat. So why am I finding my triggers? And just because you know why you emotionally eat doesn't mean it's the deeper root. And it doesn't mean you've accessing the deeper root of it either. Because when you think, I know what's causing my emotional eating at a cognitive level, oh, I'm lonely, or I'm stressed at work, and you take in that information, you might make a few changes. You're not actually hitting the deeper root. You might change your schedule, you might do less things, but that root lives in your body. It's looping in your body, and you haven't healed it on a body level. You haven't gotten to the root. And so you're out there making these changes that might be super great, but you're not actually getting into the root of what's going on. You're not getting into your body to heal it there where it began. And so this brings us to awareness is not the same as healing. One of the biggest misconceptions in the personal development world, or maybe even the therapy world, is that if you gain awareness, then it heals the root. Awareness gives you an opening to get into the deeper root. And sometimes your conscious awareness is not really the deeper nuanced root of what's going on. I've seen this time and time again with clients. While awareness is so important, it's so important to be aware of your patterns. It's so important to have a conscious understanding because we can take that into the deeper layers. It's not everything, and it's not going to heal your emotional eating. You can think about it this way. People might know they're stressed, but it doesn't automatically make them relax. Like, oh, I'm stressed. And then the body goes, oh, okay. It's very superficial. So, and many people know they have limiting beliefs, but they don't know how to transform and shift those limiting beliefs. Being aware is important, but it's not where transformation takes place. There's another way and modality of doing that. They go hand in hand, but it's not the solution. Awareness is not the complete solution. And this is happening for your emotional eating. Because you know your trigger doesn't mean you've actually healed the root, or you understand the root, or you've gotten to the root. Because I've gone to therapy, I know we're kind of talking and putting pieces together, but it's so at the conscious mind level that it doesn't really get into the nuances in the body and the sensations and feelings and emotions that are really driving this. Sometimes in therapy, you have a breakthrough in one session and you might cry, but it's still not integrating all of the different levels. And so emotional eating, while you might consciously be aware of it, your emotional eating pattern is under the surface. It's subconscious, it's in the body. And so while you know why you're emotionally eating, your body says, when I'm stressed, when I'm not feeling good, I go to food, and it's an automatic response. You can be aware your heart is beating, but you can't stop it, but it is an automatic subconscious pattern that's happening. And so it's very similar with emotional eating. Once it starts, you might have some awareness, but if you don't have the right tools to shift the pattern at the body level, you're going to stay stuck. And so when your trigger happens, your body's just literally in a split second following the pattern. It's like, okay, don't feel good, go to food, let's go. Body is in action, and you're getting the food. You're thinking about the food, you're obsessing about the food, you're going to the food. All of that is happening. And it's not until we get into that deeper root and shift it that we're going to see real change. And this is where many women get stuck with their emotional eating. They're trying to think their way out of their emotional eating. I get it. When you are an emotional eater, you are most likely really intelligent. You live in your head. You're not connected to your body because it wasn't safe to be in your body. You had all these emotions. That's why you emotionally eat, to kind of numb out what's going on in your body. So of course, it's safer to be in your head. It's safer to think about it. It's safer to look at patterns. I get it. I was the same way too, until I realized that's not making any change in my life. It's not changing my pattern. I need to do something different. I had to start figuring out how to shift this in my body, in my behavior, in what I was doing. And so this isn't about catching your triggers and then, oh, I'm aware of my triggers. It's about catching your triggers and doing the deeper work, the deeper process of using those triggers to go deeper into the body of what the actual root is. And I do this with clients inside of the Emotional Eating Evolution program through somatic meditations with psychotherapy tools. We use that to guide them into the body to get to the root of what's going on. This is not a conscious or this is not a cognitive process. This is about getting into the body and asking, where are the roots of this? And actually tangibly shifting that, transforming it with the process in the somatic meditations to help clients start meeting that deeper need, start resolving the overwhelm or the loneliness or the sadness on a somatic level, meeting those needs, not just being consciously aware of it and doing little things on the surface, actually shifting it. And from that place, that embodiment, there is a real tangible action step that might come out of it, or a boundary, or just being with the emotion, being with those sensations, and meeting those deeper emotional needs. This is what builds up your capacity and starts developing what you should have had when you were a child, being with your emotions, moving through the distress, the discomfort, embodying that, not just thinking about it and kind of intellectually knowing about it. It's actually being with the process and moving through it. And this is what you would have needed when you were younger with your parents or caregivers, for them to have that embodied calm and space to help you move through your emotions, to co-regulate your nervous system, to help your body calm and to move through discomfort, so that you weren't trying to find a band-aid like food to soothe that hole. You might consciously know and cognitively and intellectually know that food is soothing you, food is this band-aid, but unless you're doing the deeper work of meeting your needs, it's not going to shift the pattern at this deep level. And so knowing your triggers is helpful. It's the first step. Awareness is helpful, but it's not the be-all, end-all. We have to go deeper, because awareness alone doesn't create transformation. You also need integration. You need to work with this pattern and not just understand it intellectually. So if you've been frustrated because you can see all of your emotional eating triggers and nothing has changed and the little steps that you're taking to overcome them are not working, it's because you haven't done the deeper work to actually integrate this and get to the root. You're just at a point where you're now realizing that awareness is the beginning of this journey and you have to go deeper. And once you start working with the deeper pattern, real change becomes possible. And so this is the type of work we do inside of the Emotional Eating Evolution program. Yes, we find your triggers, but we go so much deeper into healing and shifting your emotional eating. And so if you are looking for that support, I would love to invite you to find out more about the Emotional Eating Evolution program. This is my 12-week container. Inside of the program, there is a step-by-step process. There are weekly office hours and one-to-one sessions with me to help you shift your pattern. Yes, find your triggers, but go deeper into resolving and transforming them and meeting your deeper needs in an embodied way, so that you can start feeling at ease and peace and confidence around food and in your body. So if you'd like to find out more about the program, you can find out more below. And as a next step, you can also book in an emotional eating clarity call. On the call, I find out more about you and your journey and how I can support you in resolving your emotional eating. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you have a great day.